Okay, today we are going to discuss about important topic, incidence of tax. Already I am explained. At the time of incidence of tax, the two concepts is very essential. One is nature of the income. Second one is residential status. First one is nature of the income. Second one is residential status. Okay. Nature of the income. Look at that one. Indian income. What is the meaning of Indian income? Indian income means income earned in India, received in India. Income earned in India, received in India, treated as Indian income. Income earned in India but received outside India, it is also be treated as a Indian income. Income earned outside India but received in India is also be treated as a Indian income. Once again, look at the word please. Income earned or deemed in India, received in India, Indian income. Income earned, deemed in India, but received outside India, treated as Indian income. Income earned or deemed outside India, but received in India is to be treated as a Indian income. Okay, next, what is meant by foreign income? Foreign income means income deemed and earned outside India, received outside India is to be treated as a foreign income. Is it controlled by the Indian government or not? Income and outside India, received outside India is to be treated as a foreign income. Okay. So, this is the classification of types of incomes. This is the classification of types of incomes. First one is Indian income. What is meant by Indian income? Indian income means income earned in India, received in India is to be treated as Indian income. Income earned in India but received outside India is to be treated as Indian income. Income earned outside India but received in India is to be treated as a Indian income. Foreign income. Income earned outside India, received outside India, if it is controlled by the government or not. Okay, it is also be treated as foreign income. Right. Look at that one here. First one, chart showing incidence of tax for different types of statuses. Different types of status. First one, income earned in India, received in India. Income earned in India, received in India. It is to be treated as a Indian income. Indian income, if it is Indian income, it is taxable for if the residency status of an SSC ordinary resident, that income is taxable. If the residential status of an SSC resident but not ordinary resident, it is the taxable. If the residential status of an SSC non-resident, it is to be taxable. That means if the income is to be treated as Indian income, it is taxable for us. If it is taxable for, if the residential status of an SSC, ordinary resident, it is taxable, but not ordinary resident, it is taxable, non-resident, it is taxable. Once again, income earned in India, received in India, it is treated as a Indian income, you know very well. So, it is a Indian income, because why? Income received in, earned in India, received in India, it is taxable if the residential status of an SSC, ordinary residents, it is taxable. If the residential status of an SSC, resident but not ordinary resident, it is taxable. That income is taxable. If the residential status of an SSC, then that income, if the residential status of an SSC, non-resident, and also that income is taxable. Next one, income earned in India but received outside India. Income earned in India but received outside India. It is also be treated as Indian income. It is also be treated as Indian income. Okay, that means if assessee's residential status is ordinary residence, it is taxable. If assessee's residential status resident but not ordinary resident, even though it is taxable. If the residential status of an SSC resident but not ordinary, non-resident, it is taxable. Next one, income earned outside India but received in India, it is to be also be treated as Indian income. Indian income. Then if the assessee's residential status is ordinary resident, then this income is to be considered as taxable. If the residential status of an SSC, resident but not ordinary residents, then it is taxable. Next, if the residential status of an SSC, non-resident, then it is also be a taxable. Then what is the meaning of that? It is, look at that one, this is called Indian income, Indian income, Indian income. Income earned in India, received in India, Indian income. Income earned in India but received outside India, treated as Indian income. Income earned outside India but received in India, it is also be treated as an Indian income. That means the Indian income, if it is an Indian income, the residential status of an SSC, if resident, then it is taxable. That if the residential status of an SSC, resident but not ordinary residents, then it is taxable. If the residential status of an SSC, non-resident, then it is also be taxable. So, Indian incomes are taxable for assessees if the residential status of the assessees resident, that means resident, ordinary resident, resident but not ordinary resident, and non-resident. Next one, income earned outside India but received in India, but received outside India. Once again, income earned outside India but received outside India. This is called foreign income. But the business or profession if it is the business or profession controlled from India, it is only taxable if the assessee's residential status is resident and ordinary resident, it is taxable. If the residential status of an assessee, resident but not ordinary resident, in this case it is taxable. If the residential status of an assessee non-resident, then it is not taxable. Once again, look at that. Income earned outside India but received outside India. Income earned outside India but received outside India. It is to be treated as a foreign income. If it is foreign income, then we have to observe two things. One, if it is controlled from India or not. It is foreign income, but it is controlled from India. Then the residential status of a person, the residential status of an assessee is ordinary resident, then it is taxable. Resident but not ordinary resident, then it is taxable. The non-resident, it is not taxable. Next, income earned outside India but received outside India, foreign income. If it is not controlled from India, that means the business and profession not controlled from India, then if the residential status of a assessee ordinary resident, then it is taxable. It is not taxable for resident but not ordinary resident. And also these incomes are not taxable for non-resident, because why? This is not controlled from India. Only ordinary residents are paid tax on these type of incomes. Next one, brought untaxed incomes. Okay, past untaxed incomes brought to India during the relevant previous year. Past untaxed incomes brought to India during the relevant previous years. Then it is not taxable for resident, ordinary resident, resident but not ordinary resident, non-resident. Okay, the total of, whenever we are added all these transactions, then we find out gross total income or total income. Okay, before concluding that, I want to say something, that is, for incidency of tax, the two concept is very essential. One is nature of the income. Nature of the income means that income is Indian income or is foreign income. So first we have to decide that one. Then second one is residential status of a assessee. Residential status of a assessee. Okay, let us see now what is the important points of Indian income. Indian income means income received income deemed or earned in India and received in India, then it is to be treated as Indian income. Income earned or deemed in India but received outside India, it is also be treated as an Indian income. Income deemed or earned outside India but received in India, then it is to be treated as an Indian income. Indian incomes are taxable. Indian incomes are taxable when assessees residential status, resident and ordinary resident, resident but not ordinary resident, and non-resident. Okay, next one. What about the foreign incomes? Foreign income means here, what is the meaning of foreign income means here? Income and outside India, received outside India, then it is to be treated as a foreign income. But if it is a foreign income, then you have to be observed two things. One is that business or profession controlled from India or not. If the business is controlled from India, if the business and profession controlled from India, then those have the residential status, resident and ordinary residents, that persons are paid tax on these incomes. Those have the residential status, resident but not ordinary resident, that person is paid tax on these type of incomes. Next one, non-resident. The non-resident need not to pay on foreign incomes, if it is controlled from India or not. The foreign incomes need not to pay. Now, if the residency status of an assessee non-residents, they doesn't pay any tax for foreign incomes. Right. And second one, if it is not controlled from India, then only ordinary resident paid tax on this type of incomes. Resident but not ordinary residents not allowed to not pay the tax on these incomes. Next, non-resident holders not paid the tax. It is the not taxable incomes for these persons. Next one, past untaxed incomes brought to India during the relevant previous year, then it is not taxable for resident and ordinary resident, resident but not ordinary resident, and non-resident. Okay, these are all the important points at the time of incidence of tax. Okay, thank you. We are going to discuss about basic concepts of income tax. Person under section 2 subsection 31, income, what is meant by income under section 2 subsection 24, a little bit concept it is, we know very well. At the time of accounting transactions, we are dealing with these transactions: capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, capital profit and revenue profit. Okay, the most important topic is, as per income tax rules and regulations, first one it is person. Who is the person? Person. The person means, actually person means a human being, but the income tax purpose, person means, the income tax purpose, person means, it includes an individual, that means an human being. Next one, a Hindu undivided family, a company, a firm, a AOP, association of person, a local authority. These are all includes in person. Person means not only human being, but also a Hindu undivided family is to be treated as a person. A firm is to be treated as a person. A company is to be treated as a person. A firm is to be treated as a person. A association of person is also be treated as a person. Next one, a local authority is also be treated as a person. The person means under under section 2, subsection 31, it includes an individual, a Hindu undivided family, a company, a firm, a AOP, a local authority. For example, a person got total income for the assessment year 2019, for the assessment year 2020, 2021, 3,50,000 means a person, not only human being, but also these are all includes in the definition of a person. So once again I am telling that person includes not only human being. In the term of person includes Hindu undivided family, firm, company, association of person, local authority. Okay, these institutions also be includes in the term of person, in the word of person, as per income tax rules and regulations, section 31. Next one, what is meant by income? What is meant by income? Under section 2, subsection 24, income means the following transactions are included in the word of income. Okay, under section 24, under section 2, subsection 24, the following transactions are included in the term of income. One is profit and gains of business. Income means profit and gains of business, dividends, perquisites, or profit in lieu of salary. Next one, any special allowances, other allowances, value of any benefits, any sum paid by the government, by company in the interest of assessing, salary, bonus, commission received from partnership firm, insurance profits, next any income from other sources, etc. are included in the word of income under section 2, subsection 24. As per income tax rules and regulations, section 2, subsection 24, as per section 2, subsection 24, income means the following transactions are to be included. What are they? First one, a profit and gains of business, included income in the word of income, gains, dividends. Next one, perquisites or profit lieu in salary. Next one, any special allowances included in the term of income. Other allowances, value of any benefits. Next one, a sum paid by the company, in the interest of assessing. Next one, salary, bonus, commission received from partnership firm. Okay, next one, insurance, profit. Next one, any income from other sources. These are all transactions, etc. These are all transactions are included in income as per section 2, subsection 24. Okay, this is the definitions of as person. Okay, section 2, subsection 31, income, section 2, under section 24. Next, what is meant by capital profit? Capital profit means, you know very well, capital profit means sale of assets. Sale of assets is to be treated as a capital profit. So, capital profit means sale of asset at once in throughout the year. Okay, so for example, a missionary purchased at rupees 1 lakh. After calculation depreciation 10,000. The actual cost of missionary 90,000. It is sold at rupees 1 lakh. Then the 10,000 rupees is to be treated as a capital profit because the transaction never repeated throughout the year. The missionary is sold rupees 10,000 profit at once throughout the year. That's why it is to be treated as a capital profit. Capital profit means here sale of fixed assets or etc. is to be treated as a capital profit. Next one, revenue profit. The revenue profit you know very well. What is meant by revenue profit? We are getting the profits throughout the year for repeated transactions. We are expended some of the amount. We are expended some of the amount for getting the profit. We are expected profit. That's why we are expended some of the amount for the transactions. So then we get the profit. Then it is to be treated as a revenue profits. Next one, capital expenditure. What is meant by capital expenditure? Capital expenditure means sale of assets. Sale of assets is to be treated as a, but this is the best example. That's enough. Capital expenditure means purchase if an asset, that is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Next one, for example, purchased machinery, purchased asset, purchased furniture. Next one, purchased. So many of things of assets it is. That is to be treated as a capital expenditure. So whenever we are purchased assets, then it is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Right. That means we didn't expect any profit from these transactions. That is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Next one, what is meant by revenue expenditure? The revenue expenditure is expected for getting the profits only. The revenue expenditure repeatedly we are expended throughout the year. The main objective of revenue expenditure for expended is if we want to expect it from profit, if we want to expect some profit, then we expended the amount repeatedly throughout the year. That is called revenue expenditure. For example, paid rent, paid salaries. Okay, these are all the transactions. For example of revenue expenditure. Before concluded that, I want to explain once. Person. This is the most important thing. Person. The person means not only human being. Whenever we are exercising the problems, whenever we are dealt with income tax, subject. Okay, person means not only human being. Person means these are all includes in person, in the term of person, in the word of person. Person means human being also included. A Hindu undivided family includes. A company includes. A firm includes. A association of person includes, and also with that a local authority is also be included in the word of person under section 2 subsection 31. And next one, what is meant by income under section 2 subsection 24 as per income tax rules and regulations. Income means the following transactions are includes in income. What is that? Profit gained from business, dividends, perquisites, is special allowances. Next one, other allowances, value of any benefits. Next one, any sum paid by the company with the interest of the assessing. Next one, salary, bonus, commission received from partnership firm. Insurance profit, any income from other sources, etc. includes in the word of income. Next one, capital expenditure. The capital expenditure means some of the amount expended for purchase of assets is to be treated as capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure, some of the amount expended for getting the profits throughout the year, it is treated as a revenue expenditure. Capital profit, sale on fixed assets, sale on assets, then we getting the profits, that is to be treated as a capital profits. Revenue profit, if the profit getting throughout the year for repeated transactions, then it is to be treated as a revenue profit. Okay, these are all the 4 important topics for introduction of taxation. Okay, thank you.